So you're thinking about exploring India, or maybe you've already decided, but you're unsure of what to expect when you get there? Stay tuned. Welcome, Travel Nation. I am Cheesehead Girl, and today we're going to talk about India. So you're thinking about going, finally taking the leap to that mystical land of curries and spices, that wonderful, rich culture, and of course, Bollywood movies. But you're unsure of what to expect when you get there. Well, I'm here to answer some of those common things that we just don't know until we go. So to start today, I've been to India 5 times now, starting with my first trip in 2005. So I'm going to share some of the things that I found that I expected and then what my reality was when I got there. So first I want to talk about the people. My expectation was that there was a lot of people. It is India. We all know that India is a very populous country. I believe only the second most populous country in the entire world, with over 1 billion people. And I expected it to be crowded, but it was beyond my expectations. There was people on top of people, on top of people, on top of people. You get where I'm going here. There were people everywhere. But let's be real, like I said, there's over 1 billion people living in that country, which is almost 3 times the amount of the population of the entire United States, except that they are bound to a landlock of about 1/3 of the size of the United States. So you do the math. Of course it's going to be crowded. The second thing I was told to expect when I arrived in India was that the environment was going to be completely different than what I'm used to here. It was going to be hot, it was going to be smelly, and it was going to be polluted and dirty. Well, what my reality was is, yeah, it is hot. It is beyond humid, on a whole new level of humidity there. It is smelly as far as there's good smells and bad smells, but they're kind of all mushed together. And it is a high level of pollution. Like I said in my last point, you have over 1 billion people in a landmass that's 1/3 of the size of the United States. Yeah, there's gonna be pollution. There's gonna be trash. Anytime you have high population in a confined area, you're gonna get that. But at the same time, there were areas that were very clean, and there were areas that were quiet, and the pollution was less. There really weren't ever very many less people, but yes, the heat and the humidity was always there, especially in Mumbai. But overall, it was hot and it was humid and it was smelly a little, and there was pollution. So the next thing is driving or navigating through the city. My first trip, I went to Mumbai, and I expected that it was going to be traffic and busy, just like any other large city. What reality was beyond anything that I can comprehend or effectively explain to you. They have obviously a big population, and traffic is beyond. So they have roads, but you wouldn't necessarily know that there are defined roads given the way people drive there. They have a 2-lane road where they are squeezing in sometimes 6-7 lanes into that 2-lane road. And there you have everything from cars to auto rickshaws to mopeds to motorcycles to pedestrians. I mean, you name it, it's there. And when I say somebody's riding a moped or a motorcycle, I'm not talking like one person or 2 people. No, you look over, you've got an entire family on a motorcycle or a moped with their groceries just moving along like there's nobody's business. And they are moving along with like inches between them and the car next to them, and you're in a rickshaw and you could reach out and shake hands with the people right next to you because they are literally at your window. So driving is an adventure. And I have to share my first trip in an auto rickshaw, because It was like a roller coaster ride to me. That's the best way I can describe it. I like hung on for dear life and giggled and laughed the entire way because it was stop, go, curve over here. Oh, we're gonna go up on the sidewalk. Oh, there's a pedestrian. Let's go around there. Oh, there's a dog in the street. Oh, okay. Oh, there's a motorbike. Oh, there's a car in front of us. It was crazy. Chaos is the best word I can use to describe it because there were no real rules. Yes, there were traffic lights and people, for the most part, respected the traffic lights. But beyond that, I didn't see any resemblance of any kind of real true traffic laws being followed. So just be prepared for that. And if you get a chance, take a ride in an auto rickshaw through Mumbai rush hour traffic. It's an adventure. So on the note of driving, I was led to believe that cows were kind of everywhere in India, as well as other livestock animals and things that you wouldn't expect to see in the roads here. Now, reality, there are some cows in some areas, but they're not as prevalent as everybody made them seem to be when they were trying to prepare me for going to India. You might find a cow over here and a cow over there, but they're really not everywhere. What there is a lot of is stray dogs, more so than I've ever seen anywhere in the world. But I can tell you there are not cows everywhere. Now, the other thing I was led to believe is that I would see elephants as well. Now, you do see elephants from time to time, but they're usually only for a special occasion, like a wedding or something like that. Other than that, you have to go to a tourist area in a specific region of the country to actually see elephants wandering around. So my next expectation is about safety. And I really wasn't sure how safe India was. I think I had the impression that it had to be relatively safe. But again, I really didn't know until I got there. And yes, it is relatively safe. There are a lot of people, like I've mentioned, and you do need to be aware of your surroundings and be mindful of what's going on around you, just like you would any other foreign country you travel to. Because there will be people there that will take advantage of you and will try to scam you even. So just be aware of that. Be, just like you would anywhere else. Make sure, if you're carrying a purse, that you have it close to your body. Make sure you're not wearing flashy jewelry. Make sure that, you're aware if somebody's trying to follow you. These are common travel tips. This is not specific to India, but I can tell you in all of my travels to India, I never felt unsafe in any way, but you do need to be mindful of it. Now, continuing on the topic of safety, I feel I need to address the topic of beggars because there are a lot, and it's something that you don't see here as much. Yes, we have homeless people in the United States that stand on the roadside and ask for money or are in tourist areas panhandling and things like that. Yes, absolutely. But the beggars in India are quite aggressive. They will come up to you. They will tap on your arm to get your attention. And there are a large number of them. This is their business. This is how they make a living. And they are all ages, creeds, and sizes. You have children on up to full-grown adults. You have mothers with babies. And I will just say, it is up to you to do whatever you feel comfortable doing. If you decide that you want to give money to somebody who is begging, that is entirely up to you to do. What I will say is just be prepared, because if you do give to one, you will have about 50 more tapping on your arm and following you and asking for money in minutes. They watch, they know, and they target foreigners. They do beg from anybody, but they definitely target foreigners. So you will see them a lot at tourist sites, especially at entrances to the larger temples and things like that. So just be aware. Obviously, again, if you feel that you need to give somebody something, that's fine. That is absolutely your prerogative to do, but just be informed that when you do, you will have many, many more asking, and it's going to be hard for you to walk away at that point because you will be surrounded. One of the things that makes it difficult to walk away is that poverty in India is on a level that you, as a foreigner and as a Westerner, have not seen, not in your face live like that. When I said earlier that people lived on top of people on top of people, I mean people live everywhere. They live on the side of the street. They live under bridges. They live in the middle of an intersection sometimes. Wherever they can find space to live, that's where they live. And you'll know they're living there because in the morning they're brushing their teeth, or they're changing their clothes, or they're washing their clothes, on the side of the road. And that level of poverty is something that in the West we don't see. And it's shocking, and you just don't know what to do because it's immense. It's everywhere. But the people they just go on their way. They go on with their day. They go on with their lives, completely oblivious to everything that's going on around them. Just be prepared. It's something that is shocking to the Western eye and is there and is prevalent. And you just need to be aware. Well, travelers, that is all the time we have today for part 1. Stay tuned for part 2. Make sure you subscribe, ring the bell so you know when it's posted up on my channel. Thanks for watching today. Please share your comments, questions below. I'd love to engage in conversation with you, find out what your expectations versus reality for India are. And follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I'll leave the information down below. Thanks, Travel Nation. See you soon.